call this meeting to order. Start with the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
May I roll call, ma'am?
Sure. Ayer,
Here.
Bamberg,
Here.
Jovine, Batcher,
Here.
McNally,
Here.
Turnbull, Quaker, here, Townsend,
Here.
Baker.
Thank you. May I have an approval of today's agenda?
Madam Chairman, I need to make addition under old business, number 2, Cass River Trailhead.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda with the changes.
Support.
Motion's been made and supported. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. May I have an approval of our minutes from November 14th?
I'll make a motion we approve the minutes from November 14th, regular meeting.
Support.
Motion's been made and supported. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Do we have any requests to be on the agenda? All right, public comments going once. Public comments going twice. Public comments 3 times and closed. New business, our DDA meeting schedule. It's in our packets. Do you have any questions or concerns about it as presented? Do we need a motion on this? Okay. Okay. Best of the Best Awards, February 16th. Steve, that one is you, I believe.
Just want to remind everybody that it is this year at Candlelight. It's on a Thursday, February 16th. And we would like everybody's participation, and we will be having the Citizen of the Year, the Employee of the Year, the police as regular. So we're looking for a great turnout for the chamber.
Super. Is there anything big going on that we need to know about for that? Which we usually will?
I would, if you're going, I'd make sure you get your tickets in, or people, because they're looking for a big turnout. They're opening it up larger this time than last year, so, because we were packed last year, and more people wanted to come, and we didn't have tables, so,
More space.
yeah, make some changes.
And I think what they want to do is get the tickets prepaid, and instead of checking people off when they come in and having them lined up, hand your ticket and go, hand your ticket and go. It was too congested last year, but they had a record turnout of 250 people.
Super.
Was it at Candlelight?
At Candlelight.
And where do we get our tickets at?
The chamber.
Chamber.
Yeah, you can just call the chamber office. 624-9193.
Okay, if there's nothing else on that, Steve, is this next one yours as well?
Yes. All of you probably were aware, you weren't, Larry, who is the president and CEO of the chamber, is retiring at the end of the year. So the executive board committee, consisting of myself, Daryl Thayer, Paul Gretzky, and Andy Susky. We put out, we had the ladies in the office put out to different chambers, to Facebook, to online for applicants, so that we could interview applicants for the position. We got 6 applicants. We interviewed a week ago Wednesday, and 2 applicants really stood out for us, and
Technically 3 really
Yeah.
stood out. We had a hard time.
technically 3, but we third person in a different capacity with web design and stuff like that. The executive committee today brought it to the board for their approval of what we suggested, and we suggested a gentleman by the name of Ted Valley. He is going to be the new CEO, president of the Bridgeport Chamber, Birch Run. And Jaylene Davis is going to be a vice president. We've never had a vice president, but these two were dynamite, and we really think that they're going to make a great team. Jaylene, if some of you may know, was last year's 2016 Miss Bridgefest, and she is dynamite. And so we're going to have a duel there, and their board approved it all, and I have never felt more energized and confident in these two people from when they interviewed. I mean, they blew it out of the water, didn't they, Daryl?
Yep.
So, so you'll see some smiling faces out there, and I think they're both going to do an awesome job.
You want to add a little bit more to that, don't you? 3 to 2? 2 to 3?
Of the what?
3 to 2, 2 to 3?
Yes. Birch Run, we have come up with, the executive board has come up with that. We want one or both of them in the communities. Birch Run at least 3 days a week, and Bridgeport at least 2 days a week. And out knocking on doors, out building membership, out visiting. None of that stuff happened with Mike Supent. And really, to be honest with you, Larry was supposed to be here today too. None of that happened with Larry. So we just are really going to make sure that we are out in the community, we are bringing things to them, and trying to build membership. And our goal is to have 6 different activities this next year. So I really, really feel the best I have felt about the chamber since we merged. Also today at the chamber meeting, I was elected as the chairperson for 2017. I'm taking Andy Susky's place. Daryl Thayer was elected as the treasurer. Paul Bretsky, our secretary, and we have a new person as the vice president, Mike. What's his last name?
Ogard.
Ogard. He runs the bank there in Birch Run.
Great, thanks for all the update.
You're welcome.
For the township hours of the holidays coming up, it looks like we're gonna be closed December 23rd and the 26th, as well as the 30th and the 2nd. Thanks for that update. Let's touch base on that old business. We've got,
Excuse me, Chair, can I ask you a question? Do we, back on number 1, 2017 DDA meeting schedule, do we need to make a motion for that?
they said no.
Okay, good enough.
Yes,
You want one?
yeah, you do need.
I'll make a motion to accept the 2017 DDA meeting schedule as presented.
Support?
Support.
Motion's been made and supported. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, old business, Carpenter Plaza Demos.
Yeah, I'm sure some of you have went by there and seen activity there. Currently, there is no activity there. Billy's did not get all the proper permits, and at this time, Consumer Power has stopped them until they get the permit from consumers. So you will not see any action there for a few days. Hopefully, they'll be resuming next week.
Omar. Okay. How about the River Trailhead add-on?
Yeah, Bill and I attended a meeting about maybe 3 weeks ago. He took me to the Saginaw Bay Wind meeting, and it was very interesting. When you're going after grant dollars, you have to have everything in writing and then give a presentation. Bill gave an awesome presentation. I want to thank you for that. And then they did give him some criteria that kind kind of was not maybe in the plan, and he had to go back to the drawing table and bring more information that the board requested. And then I believe last Wednesday you attended? Last Thursday. And he had to make, I wasn't there, he had to make another presentation, and that day he got approval for a $20,000 grant for the River Trailhead. So now we're up to $50,000 from our 118 that we need. So we're slowly getting there. And thanks for keeping me in the loop on that, Bill, and inviting me to go to that meeting. And a great job.
Good work, thank you. So that process continues, right?
Ongoing.
Okay. So we have no closed session today. Steve, do you have additional
I do, I
topics
just
for
have, a couple things. I got back from the chamber meeting today, and it's been kind of crazy. I have a lady, she sounds foreign, that is on my phone. She is calling about the hotel, wanting information on the hotel that was sold. And Stephen Kurtz from CBRE, who I've worked with, and the board has worked with the Burger King, and he's got the Render's Restaurant listed. He had given this lady my name, and she wants to know who purchased that, and that she's interested in that. So as soon as this meeting is done, I'll be following up on that to give her a call. We want to get that thing back open.
So what I hear you saying though is that the current owner isn't gonna do anything with it?
Correct, yeah, maybe I didn't bring that up. I had just learned, when we had told you that the hotel sold, an investment company bought it called Caesar's Hospitality. And what they do is they buy low and they try to sell to make a little bit of money, but yet they go out and they get these hoteliers, pretty much the ones that run the Marriotts and the Hamptons. So they're actually, right now, they own it as an investment company, and they're looking for hoteliers to put into that, that venue.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't see any action going on there until they actually try to sell it, get it sold. We talked about the chamber meeting. We're getting lots of nice compliments on the Christmas lights throughout the town. There were a couple people yesterday at the couple retirees from the luncheon that said they've never seen the town look this nice. So if you see Ruth Ann and Chris and stuff over there, give them a big thank you. They did an awesome job over there. Starting in January, we'll be getting our lunches from Cass River Yacht Club, as we had talked about, and rotating things around. I also want to thank Rose for allowing Jamie to take minutes and to get the agendas ready for me. It is a really, really big help. I know that she's doing other things here in her own position, and I greatly appreciate that you allow her to do that, and you do an outstanding job, and I just want to say thank you. This morning, Ron and I met. All of you have met Ron, our CPA. We have been going over budgets, year-end budgets, to kind of see where we're at, to see if, where I need to make some adjustments and stuff. And we had a great meeting. We're on target to be in the black after our meeting for this year. We were waiting for an $87,000, roughly about $80,000 check, which I told you all. That is from the industrial personal property taxes that they went with this year, where a couple years ago they went with just the regular businesses on personal property taxes. So Amanda calculated out that we would get somewhere around $87,000, and that check would be sent to us in February. We got it today when I got back from the chamber meeting, and it was $87,550.97. She was off $500. You never know how much you're getting back from the state. They take out what they want, and they send what they feel. And Rose had asked me kind of how that criteria works. know, I'm gonna ask Amanda how that actually works. So they collect that personal property tax, the state takes, and then they send us back here. How that formula is, I don't know, but I'm interested to see how that works. But we did receive $87,000. After talking to Ron then, this afternoon, by putting, and this was never budgeted for 2016, it looks like we're going to be able to put around let's say $85,000 to $90,000 back into fund balance at the end of the year. So we should be in the black again, right around that 90. Is that kind of what you're coming up with?
Yeah, I was thinking between 80 and 90.
So that's awesome news.
What exactly is that money? Personal property tax, but we pay that directly to the township.
Not anymore. It was changed a few years ago on the personal property taxes. If you had under, I believe it was $80,000.
So that's that portion, the 80,000, under 80,000 portion?
If you were under the $80,000, you did not pay personal property taxes to the township. Am I correct? Yes. And then the additional money was from if it was over the $80,000, or how did that work?
Well, I think if it was over the 80,000, then you'd report it as normal, right?
Yes. And
If it was below the 80, then
this,
you wouldn't collect, the
So
township wouldn't collect that money.
So that refund is from all money that was under businesses?
that's right, yes, correct. Yep. So anybody that was under the $80,000, the state took that money. The township did not capture on that money. So then the state, there's a formula that they have, they sent us the money back on people's personal property taxes. So in the last couple of years, we received about $30,000. This past year, the state came up with, they're gonna include manufacturing in this. So obviously manufacturing, more money, more taxes.
But they're usually their taxes are over the personal properties over 80,000.
Yeah, I don't know if they switched that 80,000 to you, I don't remember that.
Yeah, I don't recall, it's been a while since I've looked at that.
Yeah, I don't know how, I'm gonna have to ask Amanda that, but it did go then to the industrial, and then the state took that money, and then they gave us our portion of it. So the state wouldn't be giving us this money back, we would actually be,
It's just surprisingly that it's so high.
yeah.
But it's because of the additional manufacturing is what you're saying? that-
Yeah, so I believe this check covers some of the regular personal property taxes that you're under the 80,000 and the industrial this year.
So if we can have DDA.
I have nothing further, Karen.
All right, do we have any questions for Steve?
I got one question.
Sure.
Is it that restaurant down there by the hotel, is that sold now?
No,
No?
it is for sale.
It is for sale.
It's been for sale for quite a while. And Tom Render actually got it back and from the family, and he's been in there cleaning it up and stuff like that, so. But CBRE's got that listed,
And then as far as the movement of the money from back to the general fund, is it required that we ask for a motion for that? Or does it just happen at the end of the year?
What's up, the money for the police?
and
Oh,
this
so that-
goes back into fund.
Normally, they would.
We don't think, no, you don't need a motion. This check here, I'll just take down to Jessica as soon as we're done. I just received it, just opened it, and then I'll put where it goes to. It goes right back into fund balance. She rings it up, and so there's no motion of this. It'll show up actually in fund balance on the next statement, cash in bank too.
So just from the budget committee, it felt like we were gonna have to do a manual move at the end of this year anyway. Are those funds in addition to what you're speaking of, or is that included in those funds? Because of our line items that we have that we dedicate funds to?
Well, those every year we have to do that, and that's what Ron and I were going over this morning. So this money is just gonna be added that we did not put in the budget. We did not anticipating getting it this early, and we didn't really know what it was until Amanda just found out about a month ago. And then, so this is additional monies that'll go right into fund balance. But if we overspend in some of those categories where I have to take money out and do whatever, that's something additional that we have to do every year.
It's the same thing with the township.
Yeah.
That's why we normally have the second meeting in December.
Okay.
And that's solely, for the most part, to make what budget adjustments are necessary. And if we need to, if we feel we need to commit funds for various things, we do it at that time also.
It makes me a little nervous just to pop it right back in the general fund. So I kind of feel like we should give it a title or something.
If we were planning on receiving it in February, we didn't use it
No,
planning in our budget,
No.
did we?
no,
No, and it wasn't put in the
I
other
just want to make sure it
one.
wasn't in the.
no,
I don't do that because I don't know what the amount's gonna be.
right.
Remember at our last meeting that we pretty much had somebody come and talk to us about Dixie Highway. So
Right.
we gotta, might have a carrot there to keep in front of us to help us go in that direction, so.
Okay.
Yeah, and those are kind of the two things that I'm kind of watching the budget really close is because of what Darrell just mentioned. And also if we don't get, we're $68,000 short. So we are $68,000 short of the Pass River Trailhead. So if we can't raise any more money or get any more grant money, then that's gotta come out of our fund balance, the $68,000 to complete the project.
So are we thinking that's gonna be a similar type of refund every year?
We will get a refund every year until 2023. We just looked that up.
And I really, Jeff, I really believe, okay, I really believe that's a positive note for this DDA because Bridgeport is manufacturing.
Right.
All right, it's not where Franklin with the Birch, Bridgeport is more manufacturing, so we could have some larger funds coming with the manufacturing growing in Bridgeport.
I still don't understand it. Is it different than personal property tax than manufacturing?
I think what we need to do is have Steve break that down with the mandates. I think this is a new tax break from the state that's given back. I'm surprised that the state, with their formula, changed it for the manufacturing.
Because those manufacturers all have more than $80,000 worth of equipment.
I'm thinking the same thing too.
Well, there's been a lot of changes, similar to the township. We had what they refer to as EVIP funds. And the governor's come up with a lot of wonderful plans. And of course, in that case, it was, we kept getting reduced and reduced and reduced. And now they've got this new plan and things are changing. We're not quite sure what the effect of that's gonna be either, so. They keep changing directions all the time on us and it's hard to keep track of what's coming next.
Rose?
I just talked to Rose. What I'm gonna do for the next meeting, I will get specific of how we're getting this and why we're getting this and the percentage and stuff. And I'll actually have her type that up. We'll include that in your packet.
Good.
And so, maybe if you could sit in on that with me too, because this is all learning for me too, and I think it's a little learning experience for Ron, all of us. We'll bring that back and we'll have everything from Amanda, and I'll have it right in the packet. So to talk about it, you'll have it in black and white too. I think that's really a good way to show it.
Educate us.
All right.
I gotta be educated.
That's where I was job.
Let's head to member comments, and we'll mix it up a bit. We'll start with Barry today.
I just, when I drive by the flagpoles down there, it's really neat that happened down there. The way the rocks are set up and everything is really cool.
Outstanding professional.
Yep, it is.
Thanks. Roberta?
Well, I think we had a good year. Thank you, everybody who's helped, and I'd like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too.
Yeah.
And that's all that I would have too, is wishing everybody a Merry Christmas.
Sure. I apologize to everyone for being late. I tried to schedule everything with my doctors, but they don't like schedules. Okay. And yes, the township looks great coming in from both ends. That's all.
I'm coming back this.
No, I just want to reiterate too, that the township looks great with the snowflakes, and again, our people at the wastewater did an excellent job modifying those lights so they show up a lot better, and the downtown area looks really, really nice. And also Merry Christmas to everybody.
Yeah.
I want to thank the board for all the work. I know this DDA has come together and made some very, very large positive moves in this town. So I want to thank every board member for that and wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Well, I would do the same, and then also thanks for the luncheon yesterday. Sorry I couldn't be there. Look forward to broccoli salad every year. And Merry
It was
Christmas.
good broccoli salad.
Miss the shrimp too.
I like the cheesy potatoes.
And thanks for letting me fill in when Jim's not here. I enjoy it. So, Merry.